Death and credit cards. Losing a loved one is a time for mourning, but it can also be a time to take steps to manage their finances and credit. By being proactive, you may be able to better deal with creditors and help protect the deceased's assets and identity from fraudsters or identity thieves. The management of the deceased estate is handled by the estate administrator, who may be designated in the will, appointed by the court, or assigned by other means. Laws can vary by state, but you're generally not responsible for a deceased loved one's debts unless you are a co-signer or guarantor on any loans they had, or if they were an authorized user on your credit card. If you stand to inherit any of the deceased estate, be aware that creditors typically receive priority over inheritors when distributing the estate. If settling the estate involves dealing with creditors or debt collectors, familiarize yourself with your rights and protections by consulting the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act, or FDCPA. Identity thieves are notorious for taking advantage of any lag time that may exist between a deceased's death and the notification of their death to the appropriate institutions. To help prevent the deceased's estate and good name from fraud or identity theft, take the following steps as soon as possible. 1. Obtain a death certificate for the deceased and make copies. 2. Notify the 3 major consumer credit bureaus, Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion, of your loved one's death and provide them each with a death certificate copy. 3. Request copies of the deceased credit reports from each of the credit bureaus. 4. Contact the active creditors in the deceased credit reports and ask them to note your loved one's death in their systems. You will likely need to provide each creditor with a copy of the deceased death certificate and proof that you are the estate administrator. 5. Contact the Social Security Administration to ensure they've noted that your loved one is now deceased in their files. Dealing with creditors and credit matters may be the last thing on your mind when dealing with the loss of a loved one, but acting in an organized, timely manner could help the estate settlement process to go smoother and protect your loved one's assets from criminals looking to exploit their passing.